And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kim Bash, and we have been hosting these Find Me a Community in Israel calls for the last about nearly 2 years, just as Corona hit. We started to have these calls because a lot of people were reaching out to me and saying to me, we want to make Aliyah, but we have no idea where we want to go to. And there was no pilot trips happening during Corona. So these calls were a resource for people looking to come to Israel. And we're very happy to say that actually very successfully, a lot of people did make Aliyah and have settled in some of the communities that we showcased on our platform. We really believe that there's a place for everybody in Israel. And for successful Aliyah, we really believe that it's all about the community. So Raanana, this is the third time we're actually doing Raanana because it's always been incredibly popular. And as everybody knows, it's very Anglo and it's a very soft landing for many people. So it's a safety net for people to come to a place like Raanana because a lot of people have friends and family that already are living there. So that is one of the, very attractive to people looking to make Aliyah. So on tonight's call, we have people that are living in Raanana, and we wanted to just, it's a very, as I said, everybody should feel very authentic, share their experience about living in Raanana, a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how's it going so far. So I know that Shira has somewhere to go. So, hold on one sec. I think somebody's just coming in. Hold on a minute. Hold on one second. Okay. I know Shira has somewhere to go. So I said that she would be able to come on first, to talk first tonight. So Shira, how are you? Hi. I see you. Okay, great. Can you unmute yourself?
Hi. Okay, good. I couldn't get in on my computer, but I'm here now.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for coming on. I know you're under a time constraint, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk to us first. Where are you from?
So first of all, my name's Shira, and I'm from Sydney. Moved here just over a year ago, straight to Raanana, and been smiling ever since. Very, very happy with our decision, and looking forward to speaking about Raanana tonight.
And where did you know about, you had family in Raanana?
Yeah, so I always had a sibling living here for quite a few years. So when I came as a tourist, always came here to visit and stay for Shabbats and things here and there. But also obviously heard of a lot of different families moving there because of its good, soft landing for Anglos, and just because it's a great, city for young families.
And which part of Raanana are you living in?
So I get confused with the east, the north, the south of Raanana, but I'm pretty sure we're south of Raanana. It's we go to a shul called Shiftei Israel Shul, so I'm sure a lot of people have heard about that. A lot of South Africans, a lot of Anglos there, and we live in that area.
And are you? Have you? What do you do? Are you working?
I'm a teacher, primary school teacher. I was working at one of the Israeli schools in Raanana, just on the other side of Raanana, actually, but it's like a 7-minute drive. And I've moved, and I now work at King Solomon School, which is a private school in North Tel Aviv.
And how long does it take you to get there? Are you driving or you're taking public transport?
I drive. It's about a 25-minute drive there and back. Not terrible, but just have to, normal stuff, leaving before traffic, things like that. But 25 minutes, not too bad.
What are you teaching?
I teach English there.
And what age?
Primary school. So I do Kita Aleph, Kita Bet, and Kita Gimel.
And was it hard for you to find a job? I mean, you were working in the school locally in Raanana first. So
I was working under Misrad HaChinuch, and they are in desperate need of English teachers. So whoever's an English teacher, I think just teachers in general, there's a huge demand for it here in primary and high school. And it was, converting the degree is a little bit complicated just because of the Hebrew and getting it translated and things like that. But all these programs like Telfed and if you know from America, Nefesh, all those things are really helpful with that. They send you to the right people, and you just have to be patient and know that it takes time, but there's definitely jobs there. I now work in the private sector, so it's not under Mishra Chinuch, but it was very easy to find the job for English teaching.
That's amazing. What advice would you give anybody thinking about coming to Raanana?
First of all, I would definitely encourage it. We're really, really happy. I think if you're looking for that balance between, moving to Israel and integrating yourself into the Israeli life, but also just a bit, nervous and don't want to throw yourself into just a yeshuv or a city of just Israelis. You just want to, because it's not for everyone. I really feel like it's the perfect balance. A lot of people in Sydney said to us, "Oh, you're going to Raanana, you're just moving to Sydney in Israel." And I said, and we would laugh at them and think, "Oh, I wonder what they're saying, is that true, or let's see what it will be." And it's like the complete opposite. We have 3 daughters. The oldest one's in Gan area, so the council Gan, and it is only Hebrew. The Ganenets, who are all amazing, only speak Hebrew to them. They really integrate the children really gently and in the perfect way into the Israeli system. So it's not like they're speaking English all day. They are there learning Hebrew. And, you go to the shops, there's obviously you can get around for the first few months or, years if you struggle with Hebrew or not interested in learning it so quickly. In English, everything is very accessible in English. But if you want to feel like you're living in Israel and here speaking the language and have that part of that Israeli culture, it's there, and you can take it very easily and get on board with that. But as well, feel very comfortable and like a gentle landing, having that English still very familiar and all around you and things like that. So I find that it's a really perfect balance between, okay, we're now moving to this new culture, this new reality, but we also want to feel a little bit comfortable and just keep going as we've been going all along.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck with everything. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks so much. If anyone has any questions, I think you have my email now, so I'm very happy to get into your needs.
And if you want to put your also on the chat, if anybody wants to reach out to you, we didn't get to which school your kids go to. Are they all in the same school?
No, so I have 2 in private ganim, and one goes in English speaking Gan, and they were not in school yet. We're still in Gan.
I think we lost Kim.
Hi, everybody. I don't know what happened to Kim. I'm sure she's going to hop on next. But I think she reached out to a few different people who are here on the group to come on and talk a little bit about their story, about living in Raanana. So if Kim reached out to you, just raise your hand if you want to go next. Okay, Ellie Rudolph. Hi, how are you? Unmute, yeah, perfect.
Sorry. Hi. Yes, I thought I'd go next. I have been living in Raanana now for 9 years from Johannesburg, South Africa. I originally made Aliyah with a 3-year-old and a just over 1-year-old who are now almost 13 and 10. And we have a little Sabra as well. He is 4 years old. So that's an interesting experience if anybody wants to know about having babies in Raanana in Israel. But truly amazing. He was actually born 7 weeks early. So I don't have enough amazing things to say about the Pagia and the NICU here in Israel. So yeah, my kids have basically grown up here. They go to Mamlachti Dati schools. My my oldest, who's almost 13, she goes to Amit Raananim. It's a girls' school in Raanana. Again, Mamlachti Dati. My 10-year-old goes to Yavne, and my gun-aged son, he goes to a gun area, the same as what Shira was talking about, gun tapuz. We've been through the whole school system here now. I mean, not having completed school, obviously, but I do have family here, and my sister's kids have completed high school and are in the army. So we've really gone through the whole story. We're very lucky. We do have family here on both of our sides, my husband and I, which is, of course, very helpful, but also a little bit not so helpful, because not in a bad way, but because a lot of people don't have family here. And what we found was when we first met Aliyah, that it was actually a little bit of a disadvantage having family, because so many people here don't have family that their friends really become their family. And especially in our circle, a lot of it revolves around Shabbat and having meals with people and that kind of thing. So it was a little bit of a hindrance to have family, but we have found our way. We do have friends, don't worry. But yeah, my husband works, he unfortunately is not here. He's in New York at the moment, but he is he started with a startup. It's a fintech, which is no longer a startup anymore. They recently listed, and he works in Perach Tikva. And I work for an organization that raises money for small charities in Israel. I help the charities, and I help them decide where their money is going, and I help them with their budgets. I'm very lucky. All my work is in English. All the charities I work with are in English. And my husband, for the most part, his work is in English too. The culture, obviously, around the office, they speak in Hebrew, but for the most part, his work is in English. And yeah.
Amazing. Also, like, do your kids involved in a after-school chugim and things like that?
Yeah, tons. My girls are they both do netball, they both do Krav Maga. They go to a youth movement. They're very involved in our shul as well. I'm very involved in our shul. We go to Shifta Yisrael. I'm on the committee. My daughter actually just returned from a Shabbaton that they had the Shabbat in Yerushalayim, like unbelievable. Nice. So they're very involved in I mean, I'm very involved in the shul, but they get involved in the youth activities there. It's an amazing shul from that point of view for the youth. And yeah, their after school activities, their netball is in English. Their Krav Maga is, I'd say both, hey girls, both English and Hebrew. And they've done other things along the years though, but that's what they do for now.
Nice. And if you were saying anybody new to moving to Raanana, what would be the one important thing that you think that they should know?
Community is really important, I think, not just because I'm involved in the community, but like it just really helps. I mean, there's so many amazing communities here. I would never advocate for one over the other, but I just think it is important to find one, because it just helps so much in terms of integration and your kids finding a place apart from just being at school. Like my kids, the community that we're part of, their school friends are all there. It's just a continuation of their social life kind of thing. Our shul, I can only speak on behalf of our shul, but they're there for the key moments. We have a committee that's specifically for New Olim. So like we're keeping them in touch with what's going on in the shul. We're around if they need any help or that kind of thing. But I just think, yeah, community is very important. I think schools, to be honest, if you're going for like a mamlachti dati or a secular, I can't speak on behalf of a secular school, but they're much of a muchness depending on like which area you're zoned for. We were zoned for Yavne. We've been very happy at Yavne. And now my daughter, who's that I met, is very happy there too. So yeah, I would just say community is very important. Find a place where you fit, whether you are dati or you're not dati, just find a place.
Okay.
Thanks, Deb. I'm so sorry, guys. I have no idea what happened, but I just couldn't get back on my Zoom. So thank you, Devorah, for taking over. Ellie, I didn't hear everything, but thank you. And Thank
Oh,
you. for
good.
being
You've
so
heard it
kind to me.
before, Kim.
I know, but still, thank you so much for coming on. I always appreciate it. And
No problem.
anyway, I was panicking there. I was like, what is going on with my Zoom? Anyway, okay. Did anybody else get cut off? Or was it just me?
Just you.
Just me. Okay. What can I say? Okay. So I know that Tanya, who is on my call, always on my Raanana calls, and a very close friend of mine, she is on a very big mission, which she's leaving early tomorrow morning. And Tanya, you can tell us what you're doing. And Tanya is a top class real estate lawyer. So I'm so grateful for her friendship and for her coming on. And she will tell you what she's off to in a couple of hours, what she's doing, which is pretty remarkable. Hi, Tans.
Hey, Kim. Good to see you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for that intro. So yes, I'm a lawyer. That's my day job. I deal primarily with real estate law, helping Olim and foreign investors buy property in Israel. And what Kim's referring to is my side gig. I'm a volunteer with United Atsala, and tomorrow I'm flying to Romania to help with one of the rescue flights. So I wasn't sure I was going to make it on tonight, but I didn't want to disappoint you, Kim. So here I am, ready to talk.
Yeah, Tanya is just an example of really somebody who stretches herself in so many ways. And I just thank you for everything that you're doing, because it's a real Kiddush Hashem. And it's really amazing. So what time is the flight?
So we have to be at the airport quite early tomorrow. The whole thing's about a 15-hour ordeal. Flying there with medical equipment, meeting our volunteers that are there already for about 2 weeks. I mean, they're going to be there all together for 2 weeks, unloading medical equipment to them, and they're bringing refugees from the border, which will be getting on the flight with us, bringing them back to Israel, helping them get through, the bureaucratic airport paperwork, etc., and hopefully up tomorrow morning. I mean, not tomorrow morning, last date, Tuesday morning, to take my kids to school.
Amen.
If it all goes well, yeah.
Amen. Okay, so how long have you been living in Raanana for?
So I made Aliyah with my parents when I was 6. I won't tell you when that was, because then you'll know how old I am. In the 80s. We'll leave it at that. So I grew up here, and yes, I still have a South African accent. That's what happens to kids that grow up in Raanana. They speak Hebrew with an accent and English with an accent. Hebrew with an Israeli accent, and English with a wherever they're from accent. I grew up on one side of Raanana. I'm now raising my family on a different side. We're also part of a community, not the same one as Ellie and Shira, even though I have kids in Gun with Shira, and I used to have kids in Gun with Ellie, so we all know each other. Our community is it's different to Shifteh. It's also amazing. It's a mixed Israeli and Anglo community. What can I tell you about it? What do you want to know, Kim?
You're exhausted. That's what I know.
Completely. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
Completely
totally okay.
exhausted.
But if you want to connect anybody who wants, I know Tanya, I don't want to keep her on too long. I so appreciate everything. She always comes on and is such a good sport about this, but she really is anything to do with real estate law, purchasing. She is definitely somebody that you can rely on. And she is a local Raanana person, so she can tell you about schools. She has kids in what ages, Tan? What ages are the?
I've got 9, 7, 6, and 4.
Okay.
So I've got two kids in primary school and 2 in kindergartens in Ganim. Okay,
and you happy with the school system?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it's not King Solomon where Ellie, where Shira works. It's very the public school system is very different to the private school system. Actually, it doesn't exist the private school system in Israel except for King Solomon. It's the one option. I'm very happy. The school that my older boys go to is very much a family of its own. It's got its own community type feeling. You always come there and feel welcome. They accept everyone. You see more religious, less religious, women, men, different, Ashkenazi, Sephardi, it doesn't really matter. It's all one big family, and that really makes it amazing. So can't complain.
That's what I always loved about Raanana, is that it really is a melting pot of different types of people and very accepting. And I think there's a lot of room for all different types of people to find their place in Raanana. So, Tan, thank you so much for everything, and have a safe flight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And please put your details, or anybody who wants to talk about purchasing, getting legal advice about purchasing a home in Israel. I'm happy to give Tanya's details out at the end as well. Okay, so, okay, who's on the call? Where is Elise? Okay, I wanted to introduce Elise Bloom, who is a phenomenal, she is a fantastic designer. And Elise, I don't know if you know this, but I was actually in one of the houses that you designed in Baka. So I was like, this is so fantastic. Who's your interior designer? And they were like, wow, maybe you know her.
Won't ask who my clients are on.
So it was stunning. I was like, oh my gosh, this kitchen's fantastic. And they're like, yeah, you should speak to our designer, Elise. So Elise, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And tell us about yourself.
So, hi everyone. My name is Elise. I am originally from Australia. I've been in Israel for nearly 14 years. Made Aliyah with my husband, who is from South Africa, and I do interior design here for myself. We were previously in Jerusalem for 12 and a half, 13 years, and we've just moved to Raanana in the last year and a half. During Corona, we decided that we needed a change during lockdown. We have a son who is 6 years old. We wanted a little bit more space for him. And we also felt that we wanted more of a community feel. So I think I'd probably echo a lot of what Ellie said and what Shira said. They're both friends of mine. And Ellie actually set up, I think she was the one who brought us challah on our first Shabbat here, which completely blew us out of the water. You know, we've been in Jerusalem a very long time and we've never experienced anything like that. It's really very much community based here, which is what we were looking for, coming from Chutz La'aretz, from Australia and South Africa. That's what we were used to, and we missed it for, the better part of a decade plus. So we love Raanana for that, and we just think that this is the best of both worlds. So yeah.
And tell us about your successful business.
So a lot of what I do is help Olim create a home in Israel, which I think is quite similar to what you do. Obviously, slightly different focus, but really the misconception that there's Israeli style versus Chutz La'aretz style, and you can't have a beautiful home here. That's completely incorrect. And I think, I'd be happy to speak to people about how we achieve that. I think part of the success of making Aliyah is making sure you have a very enjoyable space to be in. And obviously, in Israel, it's more than just being in your home and being insular, but at least that creates a nice safe spot. And then you can go out and enjoy the rest of the country, the city. So it's very much, I think, integral to making Aliyah and being successful, having something beautiful to live in. And yeah, so that's what I help all my clients with, who are predominantly Olim from America, Australia, South Africa, England, Canada. Yeah.
Well, I've seen your work, and your work is very impressive. And the name of your company is Ivory Interiors, and Elise is going to put her details down on the chat as well. And just anybody who's looking to purchase and looking either, to do a renovation in their house or buying on paper, which we're going to hear about an amazing project at the end of the presentation. A lot of the time, people are buying on paper, but they still need somebody to help project manage while it's being built, and come up maybe with work on floor plans, maximizing the space, etc. So Elise is very, very talented, and I encourage you to reach out to her if you're looking to do a renovation or to purchase a home and you're looking for an interior designer. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I miss seeing you in Jerusalem, but I understand.
Yeah, running into each other. Come visit. Come to Raanana.
I haven't been in such a long time. Anyway, okay. So next up, I wanted to ask the Amlers, Warren and Jackie, who've been patiently sitting there. And Warren, I've known for many, 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 many years back in the day in South Africa. And his beautiful wife, Jackie. And they made Aliyah. How long ago? 2 years ago, Warren, now, or a year and a half?
We made Aliyah in September of 2020.
2020.
And we've been living in Raanana since November of 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember when Warren came to me for Shabbos and he was talking about, he was scouting the neighborhoods of where he was going to go and live. I remember sitting at my Shabbos table saying to him, you got to go, I think we discussed Raanana, and it was like, you got to go to Raanana, right? It was Raanana or Tanya. It was either one of those that you ended up. Well, you ended up in Raanana, but I remember that was a decision you were trying to make. So, and Warren's also a very successful podiatrist and has, Baruch Hashem, opened up his practice now as well. So that's pretty awesome. And Jackie, I don't know so well, but hopefully I'll get to know you a little bit more on the call. Anyway, so how are things going?
It's good.
It's great, actually.
Yeah.
We've settled, and it's starting to feel more like home. I guess we'll always be a little bit like on the outside. Our children are integrating well, but we love the community here, and I see a few familiar faces on this call. Our lawyer, our property lawyer, hi Tanya. Thanks for looking after us. She's great. I can only recommend her. And I think I even saw my rabbi somewhere on the group somewhere. I saw Rabbi's earrings somewhere around here. So Rov, if you're out there, hi. And I really appreciate all that you've done for me, welcoming me into your community.
So, and where are you? What area of Raanana are you guys in?
I guess we live like center west.
Okay. And what's daily life like?
It's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's busy.
Is it similar to South Africa, would you say? Are you doing the same kind of?
No,
different. I don't know.
Totally different way of life. The things I wasn't doing there, I'm doing every day. Washing and cleaning and walking the dog and unloading the dishwasher. And things I never did in South Africa. But yet in so much of the different things that we do, you still appreciate, the very reason why we always knew that there was a home in Israel for us. I mean, I think for us, we are Zionists. We've always wanted to come and live in Israel. It just really, we needed somebody to steer the boat, and it wasn't me. It was Warren just kind of pushing us along all these years. But I think that there's a lot of brocha here, and there's a lot of beautiful experiences and people that help you in the community, very supportive. Friends become your family. And I think that, with the busyness of life and working, you still appreciate being here because you know what you didn't have, specifically as a South African coming to live here, that my kids are safe, that I can walk my dog at 12 o'clock at night, that I can go to the beach and I can sit on my own and I can walk on my own. And when you try and explain that to people that haven't come from a country like this, they look at you and they say, but you don't walk in the street. We come from a totally, so as much as the daily grind and things are really busy, it's a good life. It feels rich and it feels fulfilled and wholesome.
Yeah, I always never forget when I first left South Africa, and I was living in New York at the time, and I would be walking in the streets late at night, and anytime there was the sound of somebody walking behind me, I was started to get nervous. I was, oh my gosh, and it was just because of the way we grew up. But it's such a sense of freedom here, even when, my children as young as 8 are going out and, doing their thing out. It's very independent. The kids here are very, very independent, which is something that a lot of people have a hard time adjusting to when they first come here, that how independent the children are. And I'm sure your kids are doing things that you would never allow them to do when they were in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Warren, how's the business? So you ended up having to get relicensed in Israel?
Yeah, so for me, I had to take, I've been working in private practice in South Africa for well over 22 years, with a lot of experience. The problem is in Israel, there is no such profession. You can't study here to become a podiatrist. In the hospital, there is no such thing. So I applied to do it, and then I was told I had to do a 6-month stage in an orthopedic department, which I did. I landed up at a hospital in Ramla it's called Asaf Rofeh, a very, very big hospital. And it was all in Hebrew. And when I arrived in Israel, my Hebrew was pretty poor. And now my Hebrew is still pretty poor. I can understand a lot, especially if I'm examining a patient, like whatever. So I'm great like that. But as soon as the patient starts telling me about their holiday overseas or whatever, I get totally sidetracked and bamboozled. So I did that stage for 6 months. I was the first person in the history of the state of Israel actually to go through this process. They didn't really know like what we did. I showed them, I taught them, and it's been an amazing journey. It's been a learning journey, and I've shared my knowledge. And then I had to do an exam. I had to do a board exam, and I was given the choice either to do it in Hebrew, in Arabic, Russian, or fortunately there was a choice to do it in English. So I did it in English.
I was going to say that's pretty scary otherwise.
Yes, I did the exam, and I work 3 times a week in Tel Aviv. I go on the bus. I wake up at 5:30 and I'm at the bus at 6:30 in the morning. And I work from, say, about 7:30 to about 1:30 in a center, myself, an orthopedic surgeon, a few nurses. We're dealing with like serious foot pathology on that side. And I've just recently opened something here in Raanana, in the Merkaz Giron. And my partner from South Africa has recently made Aliyah, and he's just joined me. And we've opened up our private practice in Merkaz Giron. And thank God, so far it's going really, really well.
Amazing, really amazing. And I remember you were talking about that maybe your partner was going to come eventually. So that is such a bracha.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, you guys are great. And I love seeing your Facebook posts and just how you've just integrated and embraced living in Israel. And it's just such a wonderful thing to see, because it is hard to adjust. But I really see that you are really embracing it and really giving it your all, which is amazing.
I would like to say, Kim, I get numerous calls from people in South Africa saying, "Hi, Warren, it's so-and-so speaking. How are you? I haven't spoken to you in maybe 10 years or whatever your story is." They would say, "I would like to speak to you in confidence." And then you know what's coming, And then they say, "I'm thinking about making Aliyah. What do you say?" I said, "Well, what is your reason for making Aliyah?" And if they say that they're running away from South Africa, then I tell them that absolutely Aliyah is the wrong thing for them to do. If your reason is because you want to be here, you want to live in Israel. You want to live in Israel, you really love this country, albeit that sometimes it's really tough. It's like a metamorphosis. Sometimes you go through pain. You can feel almost like a change in your soul, in your neshama, changing. If you really want to live here and you want to be a part of the community and you want to be a part of Israeli society, then certainly this is the place to come. But if your reason for leaving is because you're running away, I think there might well be easier options. In saying that, the city of Raanana is amazing. It's not quite Israel. It's Israel, but it's very similar. It's very similar. It's like Israel.
What they used to call it, they used to say Raanana Fontaine, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't that always the big thing? You coming to Raanana? Yeah,
it's a much softer landing.
It's a beautiful city, and although we don't have lots of mountains, we do have something called Har HaZevel, and we've got orchards and stuff like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and the more you live here and the more you explore this place, and I can assure you, I explored this place on foot and on my mountain bike for months leading up to me doing the stage. I know this place backward, every nook and every cranny. You realize how well planned the city is, how amazing it is. The people here are really of maybe like like a high echelon. I'm not talking only in terms of socioeconomic, but just in terms of morals, in terms of education and all of that. And it's just a really fantastic, warm community. We have no family here. And yet, yeah, you do. I've got no family here besides my wife and my kids.
How you, Jack?
It's an amazing
cousins, but they live in like another city, so it's not like having a family like right.
It's an amazing community that's like, I mean, we literally get invited, or we have people over every single Shabbat. And sometimes I say to Jackie, Jack's like time out. I just want to do nothing, It's a warm community. Thank God we've never really been on our own. And I would certainly recommend Raanana to anyone thinking about moving to Israel. I love this place. I absolutely.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, and you, as I said, I'm just so impressed by the way that you guys have embraced living here, and it really comes across in just speaking to both of you. So may it continue that way. And come and visit me in the old city.
We will. We need to have a visit.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on. And I'm going to cross over now to Efrat Rebbitzin-Ziering. I know your husband probably had to run away because he's so busy.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Thank God. Good to see you.
Good. And I haven't seen Efrat face to face for, I don't know when was the last time I saw you, but we've known each other for many, many years from our Aisha Torah days. And then you moved to Tel Aviv, and now you're in Raanana.
Yeah.
So how are things going?
Great. Thank God. I agree with Warren and Jackie. Raanana is an amazing city. It's beautiful. It's calm. It's easy. The people are wonderful. It's a real mix, like you said before. You have everybody from lots of countries, young, old, religious, not. It's we really enjoy living here.
And your husband is the Rav of a shul. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the shul that Warren was talking about. Where is it? Where so
it's kind of a shul that happened by accident during Corona, when my husband just started davening with a few of his friends, and then it just grew, thank God. Just has a great vibe to it. So it's inside of my boys' yeshiva. It's like right now it's in a house in central Raanana. And Bezat Hashem, one day will grow to a bigger place.
And where are the kids in school?
They're in two different schools, in Chorev and in Yesodei Torah.
And what ages are your children?
From 18 to 8 months. We have 8
Wow.
kids, thank God. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
you were living in Tel Aviv for how many years before you came to Raanana?
10.
Wow. So that's also a very different coming from the city into suburbia.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm so silly. Tel Aviv's amazing. Why am I going to Raanana? But then when I came to Raanana, it's just so good here that I don't miss Tel Aviv at all, not one bit.
Have you got any family in Raanana?
Yeah. I have a few cousins, and our immediate families in Jerusalem. But they come here, we go there.
It's great. Any advice for people looking to come? Just come.
Yeah, just come. You got to just jump into the ocean. It's amazing. Thank God. It's so gorgeous here, spiritually, physically. I haven't lived in Hertzliya for over 25 years. So I really I can't compare. I don't know what it's like there anymore, but it's really beautiful here. You walk outside and it's such a blessing.
It's a very pretty place. I remember when, very green, very pretty. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Tell your husband I'm sorry we didn't get to see him. But
he came for a couple of minutes and then he had to go.
No problem. I really understand. But tell him I say hi. And my husband says hi as well.
Right, I'm
Thank
gonna
you
go
so
now. Betzlachat to everybody.
Thank you. God bless. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
No problem. I know it's getting late. Okay, who have we? Is Stacy still on? I saw Stacy. I don't know if she disappeared. Did she have to go? Who else is still on anyway? Who have I missed? That's from Raanana. Anybody? Okay. So what I want to do is say thank you to everybody for coming on. And we're going to be showing a little presentation about some real estate opportunities, because I always believe on my calls, I need to offer my clients and people are coming on to give them an idea about prices and about opportunities, real estate investments. People are always asking me. There is so much going on right now all over Eretz Israel. The market is booming, and people are buying real estate all over the country. So I wanted to introduce you. Where is he disappeared? There's Eliyahu. Okay. Eliyahu runs the sales and marketing for the Anglos with Africa Israel. And we are very blessed to have a great relationship and selling a lot of real estate with Africa Israel. They're a very big developer in Israel. And they are building a brand new project in Raanana. And I wanted Eliyahu to come on and just give us a few minutes just to explain the project. I'm going to share my screen with him. And anybody who's interested can be in touch with me about the opportunities of buying there. We are selling there already. And again, they have a fabulous reputation. And Eliyahu, thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, Kim. How are you? Hi, everyone.
Good. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen. Okay.
No, it's okay. Okay, I can share screens. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
So first of all, thank you so much for having me again. We did once in a webinar in Harish. Baruch Hashem, we signed a few contracts together, and some of them will be signed this week. And now thanks for inviting me for this webinar in Raanana. I'll give you a short brief about our company, what we do, and afterwards we'll go about the project. Of course, if any one of you have any questions, I'm here to answer in the end, or you can speak with Kim anytime. We're here for you. So let's start. One second. Okay, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, let me say Africa Israel residents. Our company is in the market for 87 years. One of the most veteran companies in the market. We have projects, Baruch Hashem, all over Israel. Here you can see the map. We have in Kiryat Yam, in the north. We have in Harish, Tanya, Raanana. Today we're talking about projects that are active that we still have apartments for sale in Givat Shmuel, in Tel Aviv, Ramat Gan, Jerusalem, Rishon LeZion, etc. Baruch Hashem, a lot of things going on. Let me just show you a few developments. This is our project in Kiryat Bialik. All right, let me just zoom out. Kiryat Bialik, it's a new development in the north, 228 units. We have another development in Harish, 386 units in construction. Some of them are ready, some of them are under construction. This is one in Raanana. We'll come back afterwards. 150 units in Raanana. Tanya, walking distance to the beach, 4 high-rising towers, 388 units. Going to be some of the first part is already established. The people got the apartments, and now we're building those 2 towers in the back that are going to be ready in January 2025. Moving on, Givat Shmuel, almost 1,000 units. Sorry, 700 units in Givat Shmuel. It's a whole new neighborhood, all new, new complex. Also, people are looking for a place, good to live, good community. You can find it in Givat Shmuel. This is our new development in Tel Aviv. Basically, I can tell you this project right now, it's off market. We didn't start yet selling, advertising. So only, foreign clients can see, are open to buy. I can tell you that it's going to something very, very luxury that will be ready in a few years. Is all you can see. Here's a development, ocean view, commercial, 668 units. Moving on, another one in Tel Aviv, 24 units in Bloch Street. Also in Tel Aviv, 125 units. Savionim Estates, 516 units. Nes Ziona, we have in Nes Ziona 216 units under construction. Savion View in Jerusalem, in the heart of Jerusalem, on Jaffa Street, 196 units. Going to be ready in the end of the year.
Most of them sold. There's about, I think, less than a handful.
We have about 20 units left for sale.
Mm-hmm.
1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedrooms in the heart of Jerusalem, next to the light train. Here we have in Katamon, new Katamon, 126 units, as you can see here. New construction, and also we have the Nevi'im court. We've left with 2 units. Bezat Hashem, it's going to be 1 unit from tomorrow. All right. Let me just show it. Now we're going to Raanana. So this is the project in Raanana. First of all, about the location. It's in the northeast of Raanana, in Rehova Kalanit, right across close to Weizmann Street. It's a walking distance to Ohel Rishul. If you know, it's 6 minutes walk from the American Ashkenazi Anglo shul, and there is a Syrian shul nearby, also walking distance. So as you can see here, this is the 3 buildings, very quiet street next to the university. We have 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and 5 bedrooms. As you can see, we have some great green areas downstairs, some shops. Downstairs are going to be some shops, commercial. Basically, this is you can see from the outside. So it's facing also the south. The south is facing to Raanana, to the city, and the north is facing to the, great view to you can see almost till Tel Aviv from there. Great view. As we spoke, Raanana, I don't have to say any more about, the community and all the good opportunities in all the aspects. So, as you can see here, 3 buildings, 9 floors each. The whole development is 150 units. We've left with 30 units for sale. And just to say, we started marketing in November 2021. Just for you to understand. And it's going to be ready in October 2024. Now, okay, let's go to here you can see as well some picture of the development. Here's you have nearby the Park High Tech Park. We know a lot of people wants to find jobs. There's a lot of new opportunities over here nearby. You have the view, very, very nice view, open view over here, and this is facing the south, facing the city. So you're getting very quiet street, but you're very close to everything. Here we can see on the map, this is Achuza over here. Weizmann, we're in between, next to the shuls, as we mentioned, communities. Very, very, very good location. Here's the back. Of course, everyone wants this brochure afterwards. Kim can send it to you. You can go over the specialty, the specs. I can tell you that each apartment gets 2 parking spots and 1 storage, which is something very unique. We have for garden apartments. There are 4 rooms, as you can see, very nice, very well sized. They're about 127 about 127 square meters plus big outdoor space. We have those ones are sold. We have the 3 bedrooms, the small ones. They are 94 square meters plus 11 balcony, as you can see here. We have the bigger ones, the bigger 3 bedrooms. They are 127 plus 20. Three bedrooms, and then you have, as you can see here, master bedroom, 1 bathroom, 2nd bathroom, and laundry room. Also, this is another 3 bedrooms. You can see the different types, different layouts. Well, now we go for the 4 bedrooms. The 4 bedrooms are 127 square meters plus 20 square meters balcony. Also here, guest restroom and another 2 bathrooms. As I will mention that this is a brand new construction. We build it from scratch, from new land. If you already know what is Tama 38, I don't know who knows from here what's Tama 38. Tama 38, I say in 2 words, when they take old buildings, they renovate them, and you build on top of it. That's a type of construction that we do in Israel. They do in Israel. I can tell then you have some problems with this type of construction, and most of the developments in Raanana today are this type of development. But our development is, we'll build it from scratch. So everything is new foundations, everything. It's a new construction, and it has an influence about about the price and about a better product. Also, if you're looking for either for use it or to invest, it has very special benefits. So again, the 4 bedrooms, you can see other layouts over here. And then we have some of them are bigger balconies, smaller balconies, but this is the idea. Here we have from going from the 4 bedrooms, we're going to the mini penthouses. The mini penthouses are around 144 square meters plus 53 square meters balcony with sukkah. Also here you can see it's a very nice sukkah, very nice apartments facing the south. Beautiful mini penthouses. I think we've left with only 2. So Baruch Hashem, everything is being sold and we're moving on. So every day, Baruch Hashem, we do new sales and things are moving on. Baruch Hashem. And here we have the 5 bedrooms penthouses. All right, those 5 bedroom penthouses, they are about starting from 168 square meters plus about 94 square meters balcony, and the bigger ones are very, very big. They are 171 square meters plus 162 square meters sukkah balcony. Very, very big. I can tell you that I'll show you a short story that a client of mine just arrived, came to me 2.5 months ago, and then she said, "Look, I live in Raanana. I'm really interested in your mini penthouse, but for the meantime, I need to find a place to rent. I need to find a place to rent." So she said, "I'm not going to sign a contract without finding a place to live in the meanwhile, until we'll get the apartment." And I speak with her every week, and she haven't found anything yet because there is no very hard supply. So, and the demand is huge. We all know what happens when they have huge demand and small supply. Prices are going high day by day. In all Israel, but especially in Raanana. What else we can say? So, 1 second.
Eliyahu, one thing I want to just bring about, I know we don't have much time, is the average price. Obviously, every apartment's different depending on the floor that it's on and the size that it's on and the views.
Of course, we can go. We have many apartments for sale, but we won't go each one of them. But this is the 3 bedrooms. The 3 bedrooms, which is the smaller ones, is 94 plus 11, are going from 2.95 million shekels. All right.
2,950,000. Okay.
Okay. The bigger 3 bedrooms, as we said, 105 plus 16, they're going for about 3.25, which is about $1 million US dollars. What?
$15.
I can't hear you.
It's
What is it?
okay. We'll continue. We'll continue.
We'll
after.
continue.
Yeah.
The 4 bedrooms are going for about 4.1 million shekels, 127 plus 20. The mini penthouses are going for about 5, and the penthouses are going for about 6.8. I can tell you that if you want to talk about the financial deal here, the client, you could put 20% down payment and 80% by the end, which is a very comfortable payment terms. You don't have to get all the mortgage right now. You only need to bring 20% equity right now and 80% before getting the apartment. Of course, all the money has full bank guarantee. The money goes to the bank, doesn't go to the developer. Even the Baruch Hashem, we're one of the biggest developments in Israel, but your money is 100% safe. So, you know, but a big company, great development. Everything, Baruch Hashem, is a very, you know, Kim, you have a good experience with us, with the previous clients, and we try to make the best service and to get the best to your clients. And, you know, when the client is happy, we're happy. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Any questions?
I have a question.
Hi.
Hi. Are there any south-facing 3 bedrooms left?
South facing.
The bigger one.
South facing, no. The south are the 4 bedrooms. But we do have, like, you know, we have, I have, like, you know, so facing the west, facing east, facing the other sides. If you want, I can explain to you in the call that, you know, how it goes, the layouts, but the 3 bedrooms are not facing the south, completely the south, more the 4 bedrooms.
So the 4 bedrooms, the 4 bedrooms, there is a 4-bedroom facing southwest, I think, right? One
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
No, I only need a 3-bedroom.
So it depends on what kind of price we could negotiate for you on it. But we just sold, was the one we just sold a 4-bedroom or 3-bedroom? I can't remember, but
4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms as well. So yeah, the south are always going to go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
You know, let me know, like, you know, what, you know, we can speak, what do you want, what you're looking for, and we can try to find you something with us. I'll be happy. All right.
Great.
Leo, I have a question for you. As a lawyer that often represents foreign investors or olim,
Okay.
something they're not aware about when buying from when buying firsthand from a kablan, from a developer, is that the price that you're paying is linked to the cost of building material index. So what I'm seeing a lot, because the index has gone up so much in the last year with whatever's going on in the real estate market, the importing, etc., that some of the developers are make it possible to cancel out the index by adding 5% or something to their price. Is that something that Africa Israel is doing at the moment?
No.
Are they willing to? No.
As you know, as you're saying, we don't know what's the index, so
right, absolutely.
Most of the developments, not only Africa, the majority of the developers don't give any protection or benefits about the index.
It's something we always talk about, Tan, all the time. I'm always we're always trying to negotiate that index, and it's something that we try.
As a lawyer,
yes.
As a lawyer, I can tell you that always when my client, I deal with a lot of foreign clients, Americans, South Americans, South Africans, Europeans. I always say, speak first with a lawyer. Know what is the deal. Know everything before finding a product. because there are so many opportunities, the cases that the client comes, you make a negotiation, he gets a good price, and when it comes to the legal and all the extra fees and all the thing, it says, oh, I didn't know that, and then it goes back. So I always recommend first talk with a lawyer. Just try to see what your options, financial, legally, everything, and then it's easier for you to buy. Doesn't matter if it's with Africa, Israel, or with another companies. Always, it's my advice to the clients.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I have this a lot with all these little, like smaller developments, is that I will not let any of my clients buy without a bank guarantee on any development. So there's been some horror stories of people getting involved in developers that have unfortunately gone bust and not been able to actually finish the buildings. So that's one of my rules, is that I would never work. I don't recommend and I don't support anybody who's buying in anything does not have a bank guarantee. So Baruch Hashem, Africa Israel is a very, well-known company, and they don't need the money. They are secure. And on the most part, Baruch Hashem do build very, very well. And you'll see their developments are everywhere around Israel right now. And I personally have had a very good relationship with the staff there. So it's one of the developers that I do enjoy working with.
Well, Kim, I've been waiting for them to come to Raanana for quite a few years.
So now you have a connection. I'm so glad.
It's good to finally have them around.
It's good. It's yeah. And there's not, as I said, there are a lot of smaller developers that are building the Tama 38s, which a lot of people don't like because for whatever, for the elevators are small, the staircases are narrow, that kind of thing. So weird layouts in Tama 38s, elevator only goes to half the floor and not to, up, down, whatever else. So anyway, so yeah, it's a good product. And thank you so much, everybody, for coming on. And Tanya, have a great and safe flight. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Kim.
And Elise, thank you for coming on. And your clients, I'll tell you the name afterwards. I'll send you a WhatsApp. I don't want to advertise who I was in, which apartment I was looking at to sell, because they may not want everybody publicizing, but you did a great design. Anyway, I was like, who is your designer? She's amazing. Anyway, so I was happy it was you. Anyway, and if anybody wants to stay on and have a chat, happy to talk to anybody. It's a small crowd tonight, but it's good. And that's it. Lauren.
It's a romantic webinar.
Romantic webinar. It's okay. It's all about the quality of people. We've had hundreds of people on our call, and then we don't get to speak to people properly.
The point with you, doesn't matter the quantity, you always have quality.
Oh, thank you.
Flattery gets you everywhere.
No, he's great. I phone Eliyahu all the time. He thinks I'm crazy. And then he's like, when are we having our weekly call? I'm like, not this week. My clients come before any calls right now. Anyway, no, the market has gone. I was saying to you, Tanya, earlier, the market's gone absolutely crazy. I've never, ever seen the market like this, ever. In my 13 years of real estate,
and it's time to buy. It's time to buy because everything, the supply in Israel in general is very low. If with the demand. And the prices are going up. So I can tell you, people are saying it is going to go higher. Maybe I'll wait a little bit. I say don't wait, because we saw it from the past.
It's upsetting. I tell you though, I find it quite distressing though for a lot of people because people are being priced out the market right now, and it's getting harder and harder to buy. To buy anything, you can't buy anything. $1 million, unfortunately, gets. That's for sure. So, there's still places up north that you can find, down south that you can find places. But if you want to be in the main cities, forget it. There's just no bang for your buck wherever you buy.
Yeah, of course. But that's why it's good sometimes to buy on paper, because then you put a small down payment now, and then you have some time, 2 years, 3 years to get the money.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. And it gives people the less financial stress in the beginning. To do
Are you going to be building anything else in Raanana, or is this the only property that you're going to build?
No, we have in Raanana, we have in Tanya, we have in Jerusalem, we have all over.
No, but is this the only one you're building in Raanana for
In
now?
Raanana,
or is
yes,
there
this is
else?
the only one. This is the only one running right now in Raanana. Yes.
This is one of the bigger projects that I try, and when I'm bringing on people, I like to bring on suppliers, so we know we've got things that, you know, it's no good having a community or representing a particular area if we don't have real estate opportunities for people. So that's one of the reasons Africa Israel's they only got 30 apartments left. I mean, it's crazy. Since November, when we first spoke, there was so much more available. But that's what's happening now on the market. I mean, people are flying in just to buy properties right now. And now that it's not, you know, people don't have to worry about being vaccinated, not vaccinated, and they all being able to get in. I'm meeting clients that I sold properties to over WhatsApp and over Zoom a year and a half ago that are just coming in to see their properties now. I know that Pesach in Jerusalem, you cannot get a short-term rental right now. They are all booked up. Well, a lot of them, I mean, I'm trying to help many of my clients, and they're like shocked at the prices. Yeah, I know. And Sukkot is even worse. Sukkot's booked up as well. And all my clients want to be like right outside the old city. And all like the short-term rentals, what happened during Corona is that some of the short-terms went to long-term. So no, there's nothing available. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But where are you, Lauren? Where are you?
I live in LA now.
Did we talk about your family? Did you and I have a conversation? Do you remember?
Yeah.
So it brings me, when I see your name, it brings me because of my family connection and everything else. You know, so it's
you know, my husband's whole family from
the whole, and it's a long story, but just for those still on the call, is that my father's one of the poll holders was I can't remember, a Putterman. That's why I just always remember. So it was just such a Meira, and I know the whole machine.
Yeah, and they're all in Israel. The whole family moved. All the kids.
Well, please look me up when you come. When are you coming?
We'll be there.
So please look me up.
Definitely. I mean, we looking for an investment property. We like the whole 2-year thing because we're not leaving LA, but we'd like to. My brother-in-law lives in Raanana, so Raanana's it. That's where we're going to invest. But we have 2 kids in college right now, so we want to wait those 2 years.
I hear it. I actually have two clients tomorrow from LA, actually, that I'm taking out.
Listen, I mean, you talk about $1 million. Here you can't get.
I know.
For $1 million. So.
I know, but a lot of people are spending more on their homes in Israel than their homes in than in America, because the prices are so crazy.
Yeah.
But I think Raanana is such a safe bet. You cannot go wrong. You really, really cannot go wrong. Where do they live? Your brother, where are they living in Raanana?
They're right next to Bennett's house in that area by the squash courts.
Okay, I'm not so familiar. Tanya, you probably know where that is, right?
Safe area.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite near Yara is the squash courts. They probably live there. But that's actually quite near the project. Like if you decided to buy in Africa, Israel, that's like the same neighborhood.
So that was another thing, is we observed Shabbat and needed to be within walking distance of them. So that's why this whole project seems really amazing. Steve, actually, my brother-in-law actually went to where it's being built to show me the area, and so.
Oh, good! I'm so glad.
We've done our research.
Did your research? Okay. Well, we're selling. I've just sold something now with Aliyah, I think to be signed this week. I'm not sure, but my client is like, his wife loves Raanana and he loves Jerusalem. So for Shalom Bayis, they're buying one in Jerusalem and one in Raanana.
Sounds good.
So Baruch Hashem, they are very able to do that, and it was a compromise.
We're looking for something to, spend 3 months of the year, and
honestly, you cannot go wrong. You honestly, I think, an appreciation over time. I mean, these have sold like hotcakes. It's been unbelievable what's gone.
If you want afterwards, we can make a call, with Kim to see what we can offer, and maybe we can find you something in our development.
Okay. I just know that I definitely don't want north facing for that property. I saw what it's facing.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Eliyahu to work to see what he's hiding.
I'll build you a new building. I'll build you something
just
new.
joking.
That's
But
that's why I'm asking. Could you build me another building? I know where I want to
I'll give
be.
you support. Yeah, yeah.
He's so funny. I'm like, when I'm negotiating, I'm saying to my client, listen, he's like, I don't need the balcony, Kim. That's such a big. I said, no, you do need the balcony. You're buying the balcony. You have to
I want
buy
a
the
bigger balcony.
No, because I said to him, you don't resale value. I'm like all about the resale value. The bigger the balcony, the better it is. Everybody wants outdoor space from Corona. You need the balcony. So
Yeah.
he's like, okay. And I pushed him now to take something that has like it's 80 square meters, the balcony, right? Eliyah, it was a huge balcony. I was like, yes.
80 plus.
80 plus. I said, if you're not buying the penthouse, you're buying the one with the big balcony. So, but anyway, we're going to try find you something. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll have a follow-up call maybe tomorrow, and we can see.
Just my husband's out of town, so that's why I was trying to connect with you, and he left, and then I'm going to Florida next weekend, and it's like
well, we can figure it out. We can figure out a time when it's good for you guys. I work very late hours. So does Eliyahu. I think he's the only person texting me back at like 1:30 in the morning.
That's too bad you're saying it right now, because until now my boss was here in the call with us. Now we went off the call and he's saying now.
Oh, was that him? I didn't know who it was. I was like, who is this strange guy on the call that I don't know about? Anyway, okay.
No, so he was here because we're taking very serious this whole thing with the foreign clients. So also our top guys are focusing now the activity with the foreign clients. So it's really important for us.
You're learning the tricks of the trade, yeah, as we say, speaking to the foreigners. Anyway, but I'd love to connect you with Tanya as well, Eliyahu, afterwards, and Tamir, so that you guys have your local Raanana. You should not be using any other real estate lawyer besides Tanya, okay? Because she rocks and she's the best.
I don't know what we're waiting for. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Anyway,
but does Nimrod work with you, Aliyah?
Well, we work with everyone, but everyone has a client, and once he comes, we work with him. But of course, no.
Who's Nimrod? Is he Africa?
No,
Israel?
Nimrod's from Africa, Israel. That's what I'm asking, not a lawyer.
Yeah, we have Nimrod work with us.
Okay.
We check the lawyers that we like. Okay. God bless everybody. Thank you so much.
Kim.
Yes.
You said something. The lawyers is one of the most important thing in the deal, because lawyer can build a deal and a lawyer can destroy a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So we always have to choose the good lawyers that know how to work.
That's right. It's very true. I always say to my clients, your lawyer's your best friend. I can negotiate you a great deal, but that contract has to protect you. And it's very, very, very important.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Laila Tov. Lauren, be in touch with me, okay? Okay.
Good night, everyone. Safe travels, Tanya.
Thank you so much, Dwara.
God bless. Okay.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Laila Tov.